in today's video, we are talking Carrera Hybrid, the update roadmap. Some big things are coming in Q1. Let's talk through it together. But firstly, if you don't know what Carrera Hybrid is, please go check out my original video, which was done in the early stages of the release of this product. It has been updated since, but if you want to get a little bit of an understanding what it is, check it out here. But let's get stuck in to the post that the social media team from Carrera put out yesterday. It is the update roadmap. Next update is coming. It is the guest and local accounts. Now you see here on my phone, I have got my account open, TSCG, and I had to register when I actually opened my account. It's stating here that you'll be able to skip the registration and unlock all the tuning elements for your little car, which is this little guy here. My little Porsche has got some artificial upgrades because I've been using the app. That now will be unlocked without registration for, it looks like, your guest and local accounts. How does that look? I'm not too sure yet, but does that save you a ton of time? It does, and it also makes racing fair, because if my little guy is upgraded and you're playing with me and you're a guest, so should yours. That is the first one. So next up is some minor changes. The first one is changed racer calibration UI. I'm guessing it's this screen here where you can actually choose how you want your car to be. Vehicle volume, control mode, is that your external gamepad? If we go to the start here, you got realistic and fast drive mode, drive assist, tire wear realistic. I believe that's what they're talking about. If it's not, let me know down below, because that's the only thing I have to do to calibrate this car to make it do what I want it to do. If we do go to the vehicle selection mode, which is different collection, you'll see that we've got cars. None of these are joined up yet. That could be it as well, but I actually don't mind this screen. I have two cars, yellow and green. If I want to swap them out, I simply press on the car that I want and it will come into place. I'm not sure if that's what they're updating. If that's what it is, I don't think it needs to be. Let me know down below if that's what it is. But now let's move on to the user interface and localization fixes. Again, I like the user interface. This app so far, which I'm guessing it's the complete app, it's everything that I want from an app. It tells me about all the track pieces that I can get and collect. It also lets me build a track if I want to go and build my own track or store tracks. So far, this has been one of the best apps I've used for a system like this. Draw your mind back to Anki Overdrive, Hot Wheels AI, etc. This one is superior when it comes to the app. So I'm not too sure if that needs to be done. And localization, I'm guessing it must be for the country itself, if you've downloaded in America, Europe, etc. But let me know if that's what that means. And last one is adaptive app icon for Android. Now, take a guess. Is it a new icon for your screen? Is it an icon that does something special? I don't know. The icon on my screen just says Carrera Hybrid. When I load up my phone, I'm happy with that. So let's move on to the big update. Confirmed for Q1. This is the big stuff. Firstly, we'll go through it in order. I've got it up on their screen so you can see it. New firmware update to completely overhaul for perfect driving behavior. Now, I'm going to come back to this on step 3, but let's touch on what I think it may be. Firstly, if you haven't seen my upgrade video where we did do an update to the app a couple of weeks ago, it has sorted out my Porsche. When I first reviewed this in, I wouldn't say it's beta form, but when I first received the set, these would be really squiggly down the straight, and in the corners, the AI side of it, the help driving, would try and correct you as you're going around. Even though you had the limit turned down to almost 0, it would still try and interact with your car. That, for what I can gather from my review on the update app, that has been wiped out. This car now handles really well. I'm not going to be able to drive it too fast, but I can tell you on the review that I did, it has really cleaned up how this car responds, even to changing gears and on the straights and in the corners. Now, I've only tested the Porsche. Some people have emailed me and messaged me saying, Trav, the BMW and the Mustang are still having issues. I'm trying to get those cars to review them, but after the app for the handling, that did sort out my Porsche. Let me know down below if you're having issues still, but I think there's going to be a second part to that. We'll come back to that in a tick. Moving on to number 2, major user interface overhaul. I will go on this quickly. We've already spoken about that. I think it looks good already. What I'm hoping to see, are they going to add a mini map when you're racing to see where all the cars are on track? Are they going to add some telemetry so it shows you how you're taking the track, where you are going wide, like a line that follows you around? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing they're getting prepared for what comes next, is the NPC Ghost Cars, and we'll touch on that in the tick. But I like the user interface. Let me know what you think, but I hope they add those couple of add-ons because I think that'll make this a lot better. Now let's move on to the big one. We are talking NPC ghost cars. What does that mean? Well, firstly, the car with the headlights on, I'm driving this. With my wireless controller, I'm driving it. We know that's me because the lights are on. But I have a second car that comes in the set, and unless you've got yourself a smartphone, you're not going to be driving this at all. This will be a shelf queen. If your friend comes over and plays, yes, they can use your car, but realistically, I've got one car to play on my own unless someone has a smartphone and a controller to race with me. That is about to change, which is exciting. Firstly, what do I hope to see? Well, at bare minimum, I want to see me racing up to 16 or 30, depending on which way they go. AI cars. Set up a race in the app, which is why the app is probably changing, and let me race more cars on my own. That'd be exciting. What do I really want to see on top of that? Well, let me simulate a race completely without anyone getting involved. Full AI race. If you haven't seen my live streams for the slot car digital racing, that is what I want to see. I want to have 16 of these, go into my app, get all their cars sorted, press go, sit back and watch them race with all the settings that I've put down. I think that will be exciting because not only can you sit back and simulate a fun race, it will be pretty cool. But at bare minimum, let me race some AI cars to either get practiced in or, I'm not going to always have 16 friends over. Pretty cool. So there you go. The big one, ghost cars are coming. So that is a wrap. Huge updates are coming. Yes, Carrera seems to be wanting to get stuck into this, keeping it updated as they go along. Will we see some new cars? Hopefully in 2026 we will. I believe there is some Carrera Hybrid stuff coming my way. They do have their own controller. I'm using my Xbox One. It'd be good to test one of those. I've only driven the Porsches, so I can't wait to see if the Porsche sounds like this, which it does. Will that sound different to the Mustang and the Beamer? I don't know. I've got to try and test that when they get here. If you haven't seen my other videos, check them out. If you haven't checked out Carrera Hybrid, what are you doing? It's pretty cool. And for the Aussies watching, they said, Trav, can you ask this to come to Australia? I'm doing my best. We want to see this land in Australia. Be safe, guys. Catch you in the next one. Bye.